Hello and welcome to another Dragonfrog Games construction guide. This is for our 28mm Small Elven house, and I've got the stuff for the ground floor out here, and so I will just get started. First of all, I'm going to take the base. I'm going to flip it over. This is like the burnt side up. I always put the burnt side down so that if you want to put anything underneath, and this is going on top of another floor, it just slots on that bit nicer. So I'll start off with getting one of these. Oh no, wait. Better to do these ones first because they slot down. So yeah, on here, so we just put glue all the way around here in these bits where the walls are going to touch the floor. There we go. And just a little tab on these bits, which are going to be slotting in, so that slots in there. And a little dab on the other side as well. And slot that one in there. And I'm going to do this one. So I'll do little dabs on there, and then some glue in the slots, and up and down there where they'll be touching the other wall. So just line that up and slide it in to make sure it goes right down to the bottom. There we go. Now to put on this one, before we put it in, well, I suppose you don't need to, because you could slot that in sideways, so yeah, I might slot that in later. There we go, and again just slide that down. There we go, that's the basic bit done, and then there's all the extra things to give the detail. So I'm going to get one of these, just going to put some glue on here, little dab at the bottom, and a little bit here on each side. Then take it, we just slot it in there and then push it down so that it goes in that slot at the bottom. And then the same for all the other sides. Slot it in and push it down right to the bottom. this side. See them all nicely slotted in. Now next I'm going to do the corner, so we have these pieces and they will turn like that and go in the sides here. So first of all I'm going to pick this up and just glue up and down here, just a nice quantity of glue. They'll just slot right in on both sides. You want to go right to the edge because they don't quite go to the edge. Oops. You can see it's quite a nice sturdy size, because I've only just done the gluing a minute ago. And I can pick it up and it doesn't really fall apart or anything. So that's those 4 sides done. So pick up one and just slot it in there. Normally keep it flat on the ground so you can push them down. And then to the other sides as well. There we go. Then we've got the other bits which I will prepare by laying them all out. And just get some glue on them. That's them all done, and then just pick it up, and these ones go just on the other side of each of these little bits of wall, of the buttresses sticking out, just to give them a bit of extra thickness. So just push them right down to the bottom and up against the walls. Quite a lot of them, because there's at least 4 on each side, so it takes just a little while to get them all on. last side. Doesn't matter which way up these go because they're just the same as long as you're gluing them in the right place. There we go, that's all of them done. Just wipe away any excess glue. Excellent. You can just make sure to push them all in nicely. Make sure they're in. Now next we shall do the door. So first bit is this bit. So we just put a little bit of glue in the middle, right at the edge. I keep glue away from the holes, because if there's glue in the holes, the door will not move. And then we can just slot that in and push it down. You see it fits nice and snugly between those two bits, which is why I want to put them in first, so they help to keep it in place. I'll turn it around so we can see the inside. So I take this bit, just put a little bit of glue on here, down at the bottom. And then there's two little holes that just slots in. Stand it up, push it down. I did catch on these bits slightly, but it should fit nice in. You can see it gives you the nice rim around the door there. The next bits, these two. So this bit with the extra tiny gap there goes at the top, this is at the bottom. And then we put some more glue on there. And that will just, there's a little hole down there, slide in. There we go. It might be a better idea to have glued this to this bit first. I'm not sure, but it seemed to go in okay. Then the other side, this bit, I need to put a bit more glue here, so it's not got the wall to fit against. And a little bit of glue at the bottom here. And that just slots in there and then in. There we go, and then we have this bit to go on the top. But before we put that on, we want to take our door and just slide it into the holes. So there's a little hole down at the bottom there. Close that. And that should hopefully just stay still there. Now, to glue this bit on, I recommend putting a little bit of glue on here, a little bit of glue over here, and then you don't want to put loads of glue on this bit, just a tiny bit there and a tiny bit there. So you don't want it near the, so you can see where I've got the glue there, you don't want it near the holes, otherwise the doors probably won't open. And then we just hold in the doors, making sure that they slot in. There's the holes gone. There we go, not quite. There we go. See, that just slots on top, where the doors are in it. And then from here, you can see we can push those doors open. Don't recommend doing it. There's a little bit of glue on there. Let's wipe that off. I recommend not pushing them open until all the glue has dried. You don't want it to come out, but I wanted to show you. So that's the door. And next we have a window. So to do the windows, I put some glue on the bottom here. Each one. And then take that, put a tiny bit of glue on the sides. And then you can just put that in there. Oops. Got glue on my fingers so it's sticking to me. Let me wipe that off. And do each of the other ones. There we go. And the final one. And then we take this and put a little bit of glue along the bottom here and a tiny bit up the sides, trying to keep it so that it's not going to squeeze out into the front. So just a tiny bit. Should do. Oops. And pick that up, and there's a gap at the bottom. It just slides into the that bit, the windowsill. We try and make sure it's in the middle. That looks good. And so we'll do the other ones. There we go, and then the final one. Really, you can put some glue in the gap to hold it on better. You don't have to, but I suppose it makes it more secure. There we go. Now the other thing that we have is if we wanted to, there we go, that cut off in a minute in the middle of it, don't know why. So as I was saying, we've got these little bits which we can just slot them under the windowsills. And we can put in more than one just to make it a little bit higher. There's like a flower bed or something which we can put some nice plants to give our elven building that little bit more elven look. Now there's enough of these for, I think there's 14 and there's 7 bits, so you can do 2. I think you could possibly do it 4 high on each. I'm just going to have it 2 high and leave it at that because I want to get onto the roof. So I'll put that to the side and bring over the pieces for the roof. So just going to put these up there for the moment and work on this bit first. So going to put glue in this gap. and again in this gap. Just put that to the side, and then we'll just put glue all the way along the top of here. So they go together like so, and get some glue on here. Get this one, turn it around and just push it in. There we go. We can turn that over. Get some glue on this one, in the gaps as well. And again on the ends of this. And then just push that down. There we go. I'm going to put that to the side again. Move on to here. So we have the base. Now again, we're going to flip it over so that the burnt side is down so that it will fit on top of this. Much better. And you do it this way up. It takes a little bit longer to press down. That way up. Pretty much just live straight on and off. So get stuff, glue on these bits again, all the way along. There we go. So these bits, we get a little bit of glue at the bottom there. And then just slot it in. And the same for this side. This goes opposite. Slotting it in again. Then we get one of these long bits. Get some glue on there. A little bit there. And that just slots in between those. We want to push it right down and do the other side. There we go. And then we have some extra bits to put in. So these bits which go just here. Just don't need too much glue. And then slot it down. And the same for the other side. Go, and then we've got these are the same as the buttresses on the other bit. They just slot in there and then slide down. And there's one at each end. There we go. Now again we have these bits which just slot in beside them. So we shall get some glue on them. And just as before, just push them into position. Now these bits, which way do they go again? I might have cut these ones a bit too big. So I'll have to reduce the size, but they would... Oh no, that's the size. Yep, that's okay. Just figuring out which way they go, so they go the long side standing up. So I just press them in here. These bits aren't really needed because they're not really get to be seen very much, but they're there if you want them, just to make it consistent with the next level down. There we go, and then that means also brings us to these ones. So for those ones, we'll pick it up and do as we did before, just put a bunch of glue on here. It's a bit easier than gluing the individual bits. So that's them done, so you pick up two bits. So that bit goes in like that. So just push them together into the gap. There you go, and then move around. Oops, way around. So that's them in there. Then, what to do to finish it off is we get some glue up and down this bit. Ooh, looks like my camera is about to run out of battery, but hopefully I've just about got enough time. And then we can take that and just push it over the top. I want to shuffle it over. Oops. Just pushes down. I would leave a bit of a gap between when you put the glue the bits on that to gluing it onto this. But that is it done. And we can take the bottom. There we go, and slot it on. go, or of course, oops. Turn it this way. And there is the Elven building, complete with open and closable door. Thank you for watching.